Hey, guys, welcome back. TLC Takeover. And I guess seeing who I have here with me today, he liked it so much the first time we stole you a second time. What's up, Mac?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me back. I am super excited. It was a blast last time, and I appreciate you welcoming me back on.
Yeah, man, of course. Well, I was watching your videos this week and I saw you dropped one yesterday that had to do with
Mhm.
90 Day Fiance, the new
Yes.
season. And
Yes.
then I also saw you dropped one about Big Ed. So I feel like we have a lot
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. So there is one confirmed new season of 90 Day Fiance, 90 Day Fiance season 8. I had no idea this was coming, but we just saw the trailer. TLC released it. We have what, like 7 couples? 3 of them we've already seen. We can go through each one if you want, but it's a mixed match of different things, and it's looking really good.
See, I only recognized one couple, which was Rebecca and
Yep.
Ziad. Am I saying?
Ziad, yep.
Yeah. Who were
Yeah.
the other two couples that we should know?
Well, so we had Rebecca and Ziad, and then we had Mike and Natalie, and then we had Reek and what is Hazel? We had Reek and Hazel. They were from a handful of seasons ago. He was actually on Pillow Talk. Tariq was with his brother Dean a handful of months ago, but they kind of got kicked off for there were rumors why they got kicked off back then, but now I kind of think they probably got taken off because he was filming 90 Day Fiance. So
Jeez. Well, man,
yeah,
you always have like the lowdown on what's going on behind the scenes in TLC. So I love that.
yeah,
I didn't even, again, I recognized one couple, but I know we just watched the trailer and it seems like there's a lot of dynamics coming our way. And I
yeah.
feel like one of the biggest things that we always hear is I don't want to hear about another fake storyline and I
Hmm.
don't want to see the other country that's not America constantly being portrayed as if it's less than,
Hmm.
because a lot of people who are from South Africa or
Yeah.
Ethiopia or any of these different countries, they always feel like TLC doesn't represent them right.
Yeah. And I've heard that too, and that sucks. And yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate. It's how these shows play out. They edit them in all these different ways. Some of the cast members don't even get portrayed correctly, but I've heard that, that sucks. But with people coming on the show for the wrong reasons, I feel like this season is going to be for the right reasons. These seem, besides one couple, which we can get into, but these seem like real, legitimate couples, real people. Nothing, they're not just going on the show for fame, like maybe, I don't know, Brittany and Yazin, people like that. These people, they are in a real legitimate relationship. It seems real, and it's just super. We need it. I'm sick of 90 Day Fiance the other way. That is what's on right now on Sunday. I'm sick and tired of it. Thank God we only have 2 more weeks of that, and then we start this new season.
Man, well, we're about to get into that too because I
Yeah.
saw I saw the trailer for next week's episode and it looks really
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
Finally, now that we're at the end of it. But real quick, you said one couple doesn't look legitimate for the upcoming season. I feel
Yes.
like I can guess who it is.
Who are you thinking?
Is it the blonde lady who thinks that she might be harboring a sugar baby?
Yes. Yep. That's
Okay.
exactly. And of course, I'm from Michigan. For you don't know, anyone doesn't know. And of course, her name's Stephanie. And guess where she's from? Grand Rapids, Michigan, of course. So, but yeah, she's 52. He's 27. And just from that little sneak peek, I read a blurb on them from People Magazine that she hasn't done a lot of dating. She's a successful business owner. She owns like spas. I think. Don't quote me on that, but she owns spas. I believe she is successful. He's significantly younger. She is attractive, but it's like, of course, he's going to be into it. He was asking her to buy him and his friends watches. So, what do you think? I don't think it's a fake storyline. I just think he's using her.
I think that he's using her too. And I find this to be amazing actually, because I know so many friends that I have who would love to date a successful
Yeah.
businesswoman. I don't know how this guy landed her, but hey, I'm not knocking him. If you can pull it, good for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And neither am I. I just think yeah, I mean, like we've seen a lot of different stuff. We've seen flat out fake couples in the past, like Brittany and Yaz, and I keep thinking of them because it was just so ridiculous. But then we've seen some stuff like, David and Lana a season or two ago, where I don't think David thought it was fake. He thought she loved him, but it was just she was using him. So I think we're kind of seeing more of that with them. But everyone else is like they're all similar in age. They're similar in attraction levels. We're not seeing anyone where someone's really good looking and then the other person's just kind of, yeah. It's like these are real couples.
Well, let me also ask you, since I feel like you're definitely the go-to guy for all things TLC. When it comes to this new season, we see that there's a couple that's entertaining a third-party relationship. Has that
Yeah.
been done before on 90 Day?
That's a great question. I want to say absolutely no. This is new. I'm excited for that. So that is Tariq and Hazel. We saw them before. They're a couple. They're a hilarious couple. I think they're a real couple. And yeah, I was honestly kind of shocked to hear that she's also interested in women. It sounds like he's totally down for somewhat of a three-person couple, I guess. We're gonna have to wait and see. But knowing Tariq how we know him, I'm not surprised. I could see him being kind of open-minded and just down for anything. So no, that was interesting. So that's their kind of thing this season. And then also Dean, Tariq's brother, he was very close with Reek throughout the season. Like I said, they were on Pillow Talk together. So there's been a lot of drama with them because his brother Dean thinks he's a comedian, even though he had no real reasoning to, think that. So I think he's gonna have some drama too. So that it'll be a great season for them too.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. So I feel like this is a good buildup. And I have to say, man, after watching Rebecca and Ziad the last season that we watched them, when he was asking her for money, and then he finally found out she wasn't technically divorced, she filed, but that obviously ruined their little vacation. I didn't think we'd be seeing them together.
Yeah, neither did I. I mean, and they had so many more issues. Like she wanted to wear a certain kind of a jacket, and she wanted to be a certain kind of a person. He wanted her to be conservative. I was shocked to see that they're still together. It is shocking, but I mean, clearly, I hate to say it, but she must be pretty freaking desperate because she already went through this before. She met a man overseas. She married him. And it was a complete disaster. So for her to go back, meet another he's significantly younger. He's not close to her age. So I feel like they fight a lot. I think he's just kind of a hothead, but I don't know, she wants to do it, she's going to do it. And clearly she did do it. So we're going to have to see how the relationship plays out, but it's going to be fun for sure.
I don't understand some of these American women who bring over these guys to come over and sort of live off of them. Like they feel like they can't do better for themselves over here in the States. You really just must have such a strong type to be willing to go all the way over to, and please, if I butcher it, is it Tunisia?
Tunisia, yep.
Yeah, to go all the way over there to find a man, and especially nothing, and I'm not disrespecting it, but the way he lives, the way he carries himself, the way his work ethic. All of it.
Yeah. And then, Mike and Natalie, so they were another couple that we got to see. They were kind of just a mess too. I mean, like they had a bunch of hidden secrets and Natalie was constantly crying. Mike, he had like hidden debt. He was in a lot of debt and she didn't really know. And she wanted to have kids immediately. He didn't want to because of this debt. So they were constantly fighting. They basically ended the last season, I thought, on somewhat of a breakup, but apparently she's going to see him. So I guess we're going to have to see how that plays out too. But those are the three couples that we have already seen. Some people I saw were kind of complaining, but they're three bizarre, random couples. So I have no complaints at all on those three.
No, well, and then we also get the alcoholic storyline, and we get almost sort of another Larissa kind of storyline with one of the couples. The woman has to spend time in a detention center.
Yes. That is very interesting. Yes. I have them all written down. His name. So first off, you were talking about Jovi and Yara. Jovi is the partier. He's the drinker.
Okay.
But the same thing. They're similar in age. They're similar in attraction level. So I don't think either of them is using one another. But actually, what I just read last night is she was pregnant. I did not know this. She was expecting a baby. And unfortunately, she did end up losing the baby. But I did not realize she was actually expecting before all this stuff went down. Did you know that?
No.
I did not. So that kind of even makes it a little more interesting. But yeah, she was expecting. They lost the baby. But I guess that did kind of make their relationship stronger. And then now she came to Louisiana where he's at. And it didn't look good. I mean, I think that they could be a real couple. They could love each other. But his drinking does seem like it's an issue. he was drinking at 8:05 in the morning, drinking whiskey or something. So it's like, that doesn't seem very good.
He's got Irish in his blood.
Yeah, something. I mean, that's just not good. But with the other one you were talking about, that's Andrew and Amira, and that just looks fascinating because we get to see how all this stay-at-home quarantine stuff plays into 90 Day Fiance. I think she was trying to come from France to California, but she had to be quarantined and be on lockdown, and it looks really, really interesting.
Jeez. Okay. So we have a lot to look forward to with season 8, and hopefully it gives us a little bit more to work with than what we just got from season 2 of The Other Way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think so, because they really stretched out that season because of everything that's been going on. They didn't have enough footage. They had to just keep on airing this same boring season. We're seeing a lot of boring crap. Me personally, I'm sick of all these couples. I wish Kenny and Armando the best, but everyone else, Jenny and Sumit, I wish them the best too, I guess. But everyone else, I'm washing my hands of. I am done. So I am just excited for new cast.
Okay, well, even though you're done with them, they're not quite done with us. We have 2 weeks left, but in the upcoming episode, we see where Ariella, almost like, and we'll get to this in a second, Family Chantel, Anjanette gets super comfortable in the Philippines and seems like she's coming out of her shell. But going back to The Other Way, I feel like now that Ariella has her parents there, she seems like she's getting a little bit more, even more aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of a wild card. I feel like and I know some of you guys are going to get mad at me because this probably isn't the most polite thing, but I feel like she's kind of a spoiled brat, kind of. I'd be real curious to see if she's an only child because she just kind of seems a little bit spoiled, and I think it needs to go her way. Like, she made a comment that she doesn't like when people are stopping by her house, but I saw a meme that said, well, why did you go on a reality show where people follow you around with cameras 24/7? It's like, if you're so private, why go on this show? So I feel like she wants her cake and, she wants to eat it too, however that expression goes. Like, she wants everything, but she also wants to complain and cry and scream. So I don't know. I think Biniam is just, I still like the guy. I know she thinks he's cheating. Maybe he is cheating, but I just kind of feel bad for him. I feel like he really is in a tough situation with her.
Well, do you think that because we see in the upcoming episode where his sisters are sitting there across from Ariella talking about, if you don't baptize the baby will go to hell. And that is such of course, like, that's very intense to say to somebody, especially a new mom. And Ariella stands her ground and she's like, no, I said no. And if you guys do this behind my back, that'll be one of the things that pushes me to go home. And then all of a sudden, Biniam's sister's like, you're acting just like his ex. I feel like that finally we're getting a little bit of something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'll get interesting. And like I said last week, I'm curious to see what happens with these two. If I was Ariel, I would just say, hey, do whatever you want with him. I'm going to raise him as well. In my religion, we can raise him in both. But she's just saying, we're set in stone, just doing my thing. But you're right, though. Biniam's sisters aren't nice. I mean, they are really judgy. To make that comment, that's just rude in general. So it's a weird situation. They clearly have some hostile stuff going on. They're not very friendly with, Ariella and Biniam's sister and whatnot. So it's awkward. It's weird. I'm mainly at this point just curious for the tell-all, though, because I don't know what's going to happen with these two.
Okay. And then really quick, I just want to, I see that we have Alicia coming back to Korea. Do you think that's the nail that was the last nail in the coffin that did it for Devin and Ji-hoon? Because
probably, yeah. I think Devin just wants out. I think she was done, and I think she just said, you know what, my mom's here. Let's just go back together. If I had to guess, she's going to go back with them when they leave. If I had to guess, I feel like she's just trying to find an excuse just to get out of Korea. She's done. You can see it in her face. She just has no emotion. I kind of feel bad for Devin, honestly. Like, she has no emotion. She looks so just sad and depressed. And so when she probably saw her mom, she was probably just like, well, what am I doing here? Let's go back to Utah.
Okay, that makes sense. And do you feel like, I mean, Devin has already exposed so much on TLC. She's exposed the filming process. She's exposed that they have orchestrated her storyline.
Yes.
Does she have any sort of future with the network, or do you think that they're just they're done?
No, they have to be done. Well, first off, nothing against Devin, but I feel like her storyline, which is probably sounds rude, but I feel like her storyline is kind of getting boring. We've seen it all. She was with Ji-hoon. Okay, now she's with a new man. It's kind of just done. We can see it all on social media. And then when she called out the producers and the film crew and everyone, why would they want to work with her? Nothing against her, but it's like, why would they want to work with her again if she's going to badmouth them like that? And I'm sure it is probably tiring and exhausting. So I get where she's coming from, but still, it's like, why would they want to? It sounds like it wasn't an easy process for them to even to work with her and Drusilla. I doubt they're going to do it again.
No, and that makes sense. That's how it works in the Bravo world, and I'm sure any other network too. It's like if you become too hard for the producers to kind of manage, then you become a liability. And for talking about all of these behind the scenes, I mean, that definitely is a liability.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would only imagine she kind of broke somewhat of an NDA because she has said a lot about production. She came out with this new boyfriend way before. I mean, this info leaked before the season isn't even done yet. So this whole thing with Devin and Ji-hoon breaking up, it could have been a secret, but someone leaked it.
I feel like this leaked like right when the season started.
We'll see. She was posting on YouTube, and I made a video on this saying Devin is she's in Utah on her YouTube channel, but everyone was saying, no, she's just visiting, which obviously that was not the case. She came back here for good. So she kind of, I feel like, leaked it on her own, kind of, but then more and stuff, people started seeing her out and about, and then this new man, Christopher, came out, and it all kind of just came out together.
Okay. And really quick before, because we don't have to get into Brittany and Yaz, and I feel like, again, we can just throw that to the side. But you said Jenny and Sumit, and we see that they're going to go. I mean, he's making strides. His brother and his brother's wife show up to see Jenny and Sumit, and you see she's kind of excited, and they talk about how they're about to do this ring ceremony. His brother immediately is saying that you're going to regret this. What do you think he means by that?
Well, according to Sumit, you can file some petition law in India or something where your parents can stop you from getting married, apparently, according to Sumit. So I don't know if they're going to file something legally in the courts to stop the marriage. I don't know. Or even, I mean, also, he could just say, hey, if you go through this marriage, our parents probably won't talk to you, which I don't think that's the case. But, it is weird. I mean, Jenny is significantly older, but hey, if he loves her, he should go with his heart. I mean, I really think he should follow through with what he wants to do. It is, but I do get it that she is getting up there. She's pretty old,
Okay. I mean, listen, he's the one who always says it, so nobody can attack you for saying that.
I know he said it in the last episode.
And it's almost kind of, if you feel bad, because I feel like I've had a caller who's even said before, like, that's not how you would describe your significant other. You would be like, maybe more mature. I don't know, but yes, that's a little awkward.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've already talked about the other way. We know that you're done with it. I feel like I'm kind of done with it, and we're all ready to wrap this up. We're excited for season 8. And I heard about Big Ed.
Yes.
You did a video on this.
This is still kind of rumored. Now, we have to thank Frauded by TLC. She is incredible. Katrina, she found this info. She's starting to slowly tease it out. She shared it with me, and she said I could share it with everyone too. But it has been confirmed that Danielle, who was from seasons and seasons and seasons ago, she was with a man named Mohammed. He completely scammed her. She is going to be on this new season. And then she also confirmed that Fernanda has been spotted filming in Chicago. So Fernanda, who was with Jonathan years ago.
She was stunning. She was with the real estate agent.
Yeah, she's really good looking. And then Big Ed. Big Ed has been spotted by literally everyone. Everyone on TikTok and Instagram. Everyone is posting pictures of Big Ed with a film crew on dates. So we can confirm these 3 people, Fernanda, Danielle, and Big Ed. Now, there has to be at least 3 or 4 other cast, but it sounds like it's somewhat of a 90-Day Fiancé dating show, I guess. So we're going to see them dating. And now I don't know who would ever be dating Ed, but I guess he got a woman, I guess.
It's kind of one of those interesting things. Like, Ed has now become this character after accumulating this fame from TLC. And people, I see these videos where people get so excited to run up to him in the street and like hug all over him. They're just so, I mean, the guy smells like mayonnaise. I don't know. I'm not just the guy, but
I know.
It's just, he's an interesting character.
He is he's just weird and bizarre and strange. And I feel like he's a narcissist, honestly. I think he's obsessed with himself. He has a shower curtain with his face on it. So he's clearly obsessed with himself. But I think he makes good reality TV. I mean, I'm going to watch it for sure. Now, when is it going to come out? You might be wondering. No idea. I'm hoping for December or January, but I really have no idea. If I had to guess, though, I would say that 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Strikes Back is on every Monday, and we're starting to kind of wrap up that season in like 3 or 4 weeks. So maybe close to a month. maybe that is roughly around when this new season might start. I have a feeling it's going to be on Monday night because season 8 is going to be on Sunday. So more than likely, it'll probably just fill in that slot for Monday night. Hopefully, fingers crossed, and we'll get some good TV out of it. So I'm super excited.
Okay, sweet. And I mean, this makes me feel good because normally I'm just so excited about Bravo, and I don't really feel like I have a lot to look forward to with TLC, but I feel good about this, what we have to come. And real quick, before I let you go, Max, are you? I know that. Well, I don't even have to ask you. You're watching The Family Chantel.
Yeah.
What do you think? We just arrived in Manila.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
it's going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see what. First off, I'm curious to see what happens with this fight because we see that Royal has a fight with. I'm starting to think it's a producer. I
think it's a producer too.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're kind of pushing his buttons, and finally he just says enough is enough, and he clearly does have a hothead. Though he seems calm, but he's got a little bit of a hothead. But I feel bad for Anjanette. I just think she's a sweet 23-year-old girl that moved to a different country, and I think she's kind of just in a weird spot with a controlling older man. So I think she's going through some heartbreak right now. I'm curious to see what happens with those two, though. I am so curious.
Were you excited when you saw the fact that Anjanette, I want to say this is her brother, her little brother sat right next to Royal and called him out about saying that it wasn't his baby that she miscarried?
Yeah, no, I was surprised when Royal denied it because I thought he was going to say, you know what, I did make that claim. I probably shouldn't have, wasn't the right timing, but he just said, I never even said that. So I was like, well, dude, come on. I mean, clearly there's no way Anjanette just made that up out of thin air. I don't think, maybe unless she's a liar or something, but I don't think she did. I think he just felt stupid. It was in front of her family, and he just wanted to save face.
No, she should get an Oscar for that. If she can cry and get that extreme over a lie, then she deserves something out of that. And what I don't understand, too, is Chantel really needs to sit back and look at this scene because she's so dead set on the fact that Anjanette lied to her originally about reaching out to different 3-4 American men. Yeah. And Anjanette said, no, I wasn't reaching out to anybody. But now we're watching Royal completely lie to her face, and it's like,
I know.
What makes that any better?
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, and that could also say, hey, maybe Royal lied again because Royal told Chantel that Anjanette was talking to 4 or 5 different women. It wasn't Anjanette. So, I mean, I could see Anjanette talking to a couple of guys. It's nothing serious. She's just chatting. But still, it's like, you know what? I mean, maybe Royal is a gigantic liar or just a fibber or something. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I think Chantel is starting to kind of get a hair bit annoying because she constantly brings up this rumor, that rumor. She's trying to get Anjanette in trouble. I mean, it's like they're married. They should be happily married. Leave them alone, I think. But Chantel does not agree.
I agree. And this next, last couple that I just want to bring up really quick because this was probably my favorite part of the episode, only because I don't know anybody in their right mind who shows up to somebody's parents' house with multiple bags, just assuming I'm going to meet you, you're going to love me, and you're going to let me stay in your house.
That was bad. Okay, Nicole's mom, Lita, I think, she was being rude from the start. I will say that. But Alejandro just showing up, expecting, I mean, at least call the woman. Call her on Skype or FaceTime and say, hey, hi, I'm Alejandro. Nice to meet you. Can I stay at your apartment? Because it's like he showed up with bags ready to go. Or just get a hold. I mean, in what case would that be okay just to stay at your new girlfriend's place? Just get a hotel. So that was wrong by Alejandro. But I got to say, Nicole's mom, she was rude. I mean, she threw his open suitcase out in the hallway for what? I mean, I understand why she was mad about him just planning on staying, but it's still like, she was calling him a dishwasher. She wasn't being nice. She was being so rude to the guy.
No, she was being terrible. And I thought actually watching it, I was like, there's no way this is going to work. She doesn't even know yet that the man is actually still married. And if it's this bad already, this is going to be a huge problem.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with these two. I think it's going to get pretty ugly. But I wish them the best. I'd love to see the mom do a 360 and start being polite and normal. I think she wants her daughter with a rich doctor or something. And sadly, it's not Alejandro. So it's a bummer. Alejandro kind of crossed the line with, planning on spending the night. But still, she was totally being, he bought her a purse and perfume. And she was still being rude.
It didn't even come with the duster cover. That was a Chinatown purse.
Yeah, I don't know anything about purses, but I just feel like, hey, if the guy at least spent even $1. At least just say thank you. Just say, hey, thanks. But she was just not having it. So weird. That was very interesting. I loved that scene, and I'm excited to see really how else it plays out. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was looking at his Instagram and I saw all of his photos of himself, but then as soon as the new episode premiered, he posted a photo of her with a bunch of heart emojis. And I'm like, either you broke up and you're just saving face so you don't use the little bit of money TLC paid you, or maybe in some crazy cockamamie world, you guys are still together. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I've seen people, Varya and Jeffrey they did the same. And we don't even know if they're still together, but they did the same thing where once the season was playing, they started posting this picture and that picture from when the episode aired. It's stupid. They try to kind of tease us, but yeah, I've even heard rumors that Nicole's been spotted in New York since. So maybe they're engaged. Maybe she's over, you just don't really know what to expect. I mean, she definitely wants to come to America. I can tell you that.
Jeez. Okay.
Crazy.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, I feel like, honestly, I love that you stopped by. You kind of gave us the tea on what's going on with the new season 8 of 90 Day Fiancé. We now know your feelings, if we didn't already, about the other way. You also gave us some new information about Big Ed. So honestly, we appreciate you, Max. I know that you're super busy.
No problem.
Before you go, though, if anybody doesn't know, if anybody's living under a rock, guys, you can find Max at the Celeb Talk Guy on YouTube. This guy covers all things TLC.
Thank you.
Shows that I don't even, what you said, Love After Lockup, and so many shows.
You definitely should get on that show. It's trashy, it's classy, it's hilarious. But Adam, thank you so much for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. It's always a blast. I love it.
Of course, man. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Thanks.
All right. All right. And guys, we have a few other people in the room. Thanks again to Max. A big thanks. He was awesome. And we're going to start going ahead and bringing up some callers. Let me actually really quick I think we have a special guest for you guys. Let me just text her and see if she'll call in right now. All right. And let's bring up Ablavi. Hi, Ablavi. Oh, your mic is off, Ablavi. And guys, 180 in the room. If you haven't already, make sure you hit like. Let's get more eyes. I dropped the link for you guys. Go ahead and call in, and let's see if Ablavi's mic turns on. Okay. All right. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Adam. Good day. How are you?
I can hear you. Good day. So, were you here for this whole video?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Okay. So Max kind of gave us some information, and of course we saw that the trailer of season 8 just dropped. I want to start there because Andrea, I feel like ever since I met you, you and I have been talking about Kenny and Armando and Beyonce the other way. And I'm so excited because I feel like we get to kind of inch into new territory now.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I was very surprised to see. I mean, we knew that Mike and Natalie were filming because they were spotted doing it. But I was surprised that Rebecca and Celeb were filming. I was more surprised about Tariq and Hazel because I thought they were done so that was surprising. The other couples, as soon as the show starts, I'll have a better opinion about it. But I honestly, for Mike and Natalie, I thought they were done as well. When they were spotted together, I was like, why? It's for TV cloud. Why they're doing that? They ended up so bad.
I agree with you. I'm going to bring up, let's see if Ablavi's mic is working now. She has come back into the room and see if she has anything to say about this. Ablavi, is your mic working? Ablavi? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't hear.
No, that's okay. Yeah, no, I asked Max and he said he doesn't believe that this has happened before in 90 Day history, but do you remember, Andrea, at all ever having a 90 Day Fiancé couple that was entertaining a third party in their relationship?
No, never.
I mean, besides Angela and Michael and somebody carrying that egg, I don't know anybody else.
Yeah, no, I was well, not shocked, but I was like, oh, okay. Because, I mean, not a lot of men would go down with the how do you call it, a trifle, like poly love, having a third party in the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people who just would not be down for this. Okay. We're gonna try. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ablavi. Welcome into the chat. We're glad we have your mic on. So Ablavi, I was just asking Andrea because we just watched the season 8 trailer. I have this like crazy calic going on. I'm sorry about that. We saw the season 8 trailer and we have so much coming up for the new season. Ablavi, are you excited? I know you're going to give us your honest opinion.
You know what? I'm excited because I love the scamming already. I am so glad that they stopped disrespecting Nigeria and we moved to Belize. Because I mean, they pick them in Nigeria. Nigeria is like almost, it's too much. I was hoping though that they would do a woman who is American that would go to Nigeria, but I was hoping they would pick a better looking woman, but nevertheless, I think everybody looks crazy. I think everybody, I cannot believe Zayed and that woman are still together.
I cannot believe that they're still together.
Yeah.
How many years? This has to be at least 2-3 years that they've been together at this point.
All I remember are their leather jackets. I mean, if they could have been a Harley Davidson commercial because those leather jackets just used to have me dying.
My gosh.
Yeah, they were wearing them all the time. Where they were in where was it? Like, was it Tunisia?
Yeah.
So also really quick, we have that other. I mean, again, Max is the one who said this, and I guess he got this information frauded by TLC. We found out that he just said her name, the one that's in Chicago, Fernanda, Big Ed, and then also Danielle, who was with Muhammad. They're all going to be filming a new season of something. He thinks it's a 90-day dating show. I think it might be another. I mean, I don't know. Regardless, are you guys into it or no?
No, I think it's like, what's that other thing? Happily Ever After, Fights Back. I just think those shows are boring.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So you could.
And I don't want to see Big Ed on my TV.
I was about to say you could do just fine without having Big Ed on your screen. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know that there's going to be another person who has an opinion here. I'm going to bring her up because I know she loves Big Ed so much, and I feel like I'm being a little sarcastic here. Hi, Sad Star Podcast.
Hello, Adam. How are you? Hi, Andrea. Hi, Ablavi.
Hello.
Hello, dear.
We're good. How are you?
Well, I'm just tuning in between classes. Just wanted to say love you. Loved Max, the Celeb guy, insight on this. Listen, Big Ed, he should have taken his 15 seconds of fame and just like rolled with it. Like, we don't need to see him. I know Mob loves him.
That's exactly what he did. He took his 15 seconds of fame and turned them into kind of 50 minutes.
Maybe in his mind, like, people don't love him like that. I know one person that loves him. That's Master of BlackJack. He's gonna tune in for sure. Maybe I would make a few videos about him. But really, I'm not gonna keep up with the Big Ed at all. Like, if they gave me a Rose Vega spinoff about Rose and how she's making her family and her life much better, I would literally watch this religiously every single day, like on repeat. But Big Ed, I don't know. I just wanted to say something about the new season. So listen, we know Ziad and Rebecca. Like, I don't know how they're together till this moment. Like, I just don't understand. But Ziad, there was one moment when he was getting the tattoos and something like that, and then he was telling Rebecca that he has to marry her before Ramadan, which is a holy month. You can't sin. You can't do bad stuff in the morning, only at night. Ziad is hypocritical. He doesn't know what he wants, and I'm not surprised that he got cold feet the moment he stepped into America. I'm not.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. And real quick, Sad Star Podcast, I know that you're in between classes, but Max also kind of dropped a little bit last week, letting us know that he feels like Ariella and Biniam have already left Ethiopia, that Ariella is back in the States. That's the hunch that he has because of photos that have surfaced with her backdrop and X, Y, and Z. He's not confirming anything, but watching the preview for the next episode and seeing where Biniam's sisters are starting to go even more in on her, because we saw where Wish was kind of getting in her head a little bit about the nightclub, and now they're pushing this baptism and literally saying, or your baby would go to hell. I mean, that has to be fair. And I know that, of course, this could be a language barrier, but telling a mom that about their newborn baby, of course, you're going to get under her skin. And Ariella said, if you guys do this behind my back, that would be the thing that would make me leave. And they said, you're acting just like his ex. Do you feel like she left Ethiopia?
To be honest, I just have to give it to TLC. They have the way of showing the worst parts about a country. So maybe they went to America and maybe they didn't, because they showed the worst parts about Nigeria. They showed the worst parts about Ethiopia. They showed the worst things about Jordan. So maybe she's just in a better place or a better backdrop in Ethiopia, and maybe she just left. But what I think is that her relationship with Biniam is going to end up eventually like Biniam's relationship with his ex. That's what I see. They're going to break up. She's going to take the baby. Biniam is going to like rinse and repeat all over again with a new lady. At least that's what I see. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I was just going to ask you in Sad Star Podcast, and Ablavi and Andrea, please chime in on this if you'd like. You've said this multiple times, that you feel like TLC paints the worst picture of these different countries. And I want to just play devil's advocate for a second and ask you your opinion. Do you feel like sometimes it's because where some of these people live in that part of the country, like maybe Yazan is not the wealthiest guy in Jordan, and this is kind of how he lives, so they're showcasing this part of Jordan only because this is the part that he is a part of? Could that be the case?
No. Let me tell you why. The latest episode, Brittany and her friend Maria came, I don't know her name, they were having a walk in the streets of Jordan. Now, me and the Bottom Feeders Army, we had a live stream, we talked about this. We love that they showed the traditional shops and markets, but why did they have to show the most ghetto, dirtiest street in Jordan? Jordan is so beautiful and it's so modern. They could go to a really nice bar, a really nice mall, something cute, something fancy, but no, they had to walk down the street, which clearly that place has like people there are lower class or they don't have enough money, and you can see them all, they're not that well dressed. Like, of course they're gonna like attract attention, but why did TLC have to pick out that place?
Cinematic
specifically
effect.
It's dirty, it's trashy. They are trashy for doing Jordan like that.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And now that you've put it like that, again, I've never been to Jordan, so I think I just wanted to ask you and see if that could potentially be the reason. But Ablavi, Andrea, do you agree with Sad Star Podcast?
The same thing in America, because where Angela was living is not the best place in Georgia. Where most of these people live is not the best place in Georgia. I mean, in America, a lot of these people in America's places look just as dirty and filthy. Well, to me, as the American.
Okay, so you feel like they portray America kind of the same way that they're portraying any other country?
But okay, listen, I know that portraying someone's house or showing someone's living quarters, it's inevitable. If it looks that way, it looks that way. We cannot change it. TLC has nothing to do with it.
Right.
But remember when, for example, back in America, remember when Brittany was walking down the streets? I don't know which.
Oh, down by like Miami and Palm Beach, where it's beautiful.
Yes, there are places like that in Jordan. There are parks. There are big city. It's a big city. There's nice places where she can go and have a lot of drinks with her friend. So the way they choose these scenes and moments, I think they did this on purpose, because if you can remember correctly, there was one random man that just said sin or haram, which, like, honestly, nobody does that. Like, no human with the right mind can actually stand there and say haram. I chimed in with the Bottom Feeders a couple of days ago, and I told them, and they even agreed with me. He's clearly paid, and there was nothing about Brittany that can push someone or trigger someone to say that word. She was well dressed. She had full pants on. She had a nice shirt on. She had the ugliest coat ever. She was, I don't know what she was wearing. Like, even Jamal did not like it. The first one to point that out was Jamal. So there was nothing for her to say, for anyone to say haram. They're doing this all on purpose. They're just triggering people, spreading propaganda and Islamophobia, and you know how TLC is.
Remember that in America, a lot of people do not live near Muslims, and all our perception is, and for a long time, this was mine. Like, if you were a woman, you would die. And I do agree they fade into that narrative of this show. I agree they can show more that the Middle East. I mean, I was shocked that woman, and I sound so ignorant saying this, but I was shocked that, you know, woman could go out, because being American, I just assumed the first time I went, you were just home all the time.
No, Blavi, I don't think you sound ignorant saying that, because unless you've been there, I mean, we do have certain ideas of what we think it's like over there. Just like, I'm sure, you know, I have to say something really quick, and this is just a personal experience of mine. I went over to Thailand a long time ago with Jason, and I did a job there, and it was like this modeling job, and I was the only American that was in this job, and everybody else was Russian. And it was kind of like this melting pot of different cultures that were coming together all over Thailand. And it seemed like nobody booking the actual jobs in Thailand were Thai. When I went on this job, it was for a car commercial. And everybody that was there, they were telling me how much they hate America and how they just were kind of raised to not like us. And then the guy actually looked at me and he's like, "You're not as bad as I thought." And I was nervous. I was like, "I didn't know that you thought I was bad." And they were serving these little sausages, and they had these little toothpicks in them and had a little American flags. And the guy took it out and like tossed it, and he's like, "America is," and I was like, "Oh crap. I don't want to, you know, make this guy mad." But that's how he perceives us, because that's how he was brought up to perceive America.
Yeah, to be honest, I understand that, and I can actually, I don't think Aplavi is ignorant, because honestly, this is how we are portrayed, like Middle Easterns are portrayed in media, and it's very stereotypical. It's a shame. We don't like it, and that's why I and other Arab YouTubers were out here reacting to people who are going to these countries, to our countries, so that we can tell them how it actually happens and what is nonsense and what is real. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, TLC is doing the most. I can't wait for TLC to hire an Egyptian guy on 90 Day Fiance so that I can go in and roast him. Like, I'm from there, I'm Egyptian, and I'm just waiting for that moment. Like, I'm
sure so is Ablavi and Andrea. They're both smiling, so they're waiting for you to have that moment too.
They're waiting.
Mexico, pretty decent. Out of all of the shows, I thought they did Mexico pretty decently, and I just think that's like sort of like they did show the slums, but they did show the nice parts. I mean, look at Jordan, look at Nigeria. You wouldn't think they had any nice parts. That market and the goat's head, did they have to show that with somebody ignorant as Angela?
Girl,
I felt like
they did us dirty.
Yeah. But also, I said this last time. I said I feel like they did a good job for Colombia, for Tim and Melissa. But then also, somebody came on here, and this might have been you. I'm not going to say who it was. I don't remember. But they said they feel like the closer you get to the States, the less TLC. I mean, the less harsh TLC is in the way that they edit it.
Yeah.
I think too, because people can go on a plane. So it's a lot of Americans have gone to South America. A lot of Americans have gone to Mexico. So it would be a complaint. Like, for instance, Nigeria, if you don't watch the movies, if you aren't part of a culture like that, a lot of these places, I mean, I don't think I've seen a lot of these countries like Tunisia. I don't think I've even seen it in media at all.
No, I honestly, that's fair. When it came up, I don't mean to sound ignorant, but I was kind of excited because I was like, I wouldn't even have an idea in my mind of what Tunisia would even look like. But again, I think we're all afraid to sound like silly or ignorant or like uneducated. I just don't think that's the case, because there's somebody it's Jamal. He said, I grew up in very multicultural schools, so you were kind of forced to learn about different cultures at a young age. If you did not grow up in this type of area, you tend to buy into the biases. And I feel like that is so true. So thank you, Jamal.
It's true. It's true. Honestly, to be honest, I have to tell this about even the Arab countries, like the shops and the traditional shops. To be honest, I even said this to Jamal. I was like, I'm not gonna deny that these shops are everywhere. Like, these are the best shops, like the freshest like produces and stuff like that. And I have been there. We talked about we remembered Nicole when she was walking through Tunisia, or Morocco, and she saw a chicken being butchered. And I surprised everyone by telling them that my grandma actually taught me how to butcher a chicken and how to clean it and gut it and do all of that. And most people don't do that, but this is like some sort of like, it's our traditions, it's how we feed ourselves. And by the way, I just want to say something about, sorry to change this topic, but like Family Chantel. So Mob doesn't believe that I like them. He was telling me, you lie. And no, Mob, no, Master. I like them. Actually, I started watching them like 2 episodes ago. And Karen is a Karen. Like, God.
Karen is
like,
a
why
Karen.
does she have to? She is a Karen. She is a Karen. She drives me crazy. Like, she has to make everything so much like bigger than it was. And I have to give it to you, Adam. You said something about Alejandro that the purses that he got are cheap purses. I think the Real Housewives are rubbing on you, and you can like, I can see it in you. Like, you know, you're growing into.
Listen, I'm not a materialistic guy.
You can tell.
I'm really not.
You can tell when something's fake.
I was about to say, I always wear black. I don't wear jewelry. I'm not a materialistic guy at all. But I know when you buy a designer bag, I lived in Los Angeles long enough. I know how they're packaged. I know how they come. And you don't just pull it out of a suitcase and say, oh, I got you this bag. Unless you bought that bag on Craigslist or eBay and it was real. Because if it's brand new, it comes with a dust cover. It comes maybe in a box. Yeah. Just saying.
And so I love that we. Oh, go on.
No, I just said, so he came with cheap goods, and she's married to a doctor, right? She can spot it.
She is?
Who's married to a doctor?
Lydia. Isn't that what she said? She said, I married a doctor.
I didn't know she was married.
I don't know.
Or
yeah, me neither.
Was their dad a doctor?
She doesn't look married.
Look into this. We have to look into this because she said it last episode.
She was a side chick, remember? They said that their father is married. Their father is married.
Oh,
I think the father is adopted, married, and she is the side chick.
Got it.
And they have side children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why
she doesn't want Nicole. So she doesn't want Nicole to have the same life.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
and
why
I love the fact that she actually, like, we all spotted the cheap goods. So the moment Alejandro was like, oh, I'm a manager and I'm also a dishwasher, she was like, someone with money would not buy me that. So she already spotted some lies in there, and we're gonna see it unfold like in the next few episodes.
Yeah, they're all saying Lydia was a side piece. Lydia was the mistress of her ex-husband. Okay. Side piece Lydia. I hate to call her that, but I didn't. Okay.
But that's probably
it is what it is.
That's probably where that hate of Chantel comes in too.
That makes sense. Well, StatStar Podcast, Andrea O and Ablavi, I appreciate all 3 of you calling in. I'm so excited actually for the new season of 90 Day Fiancé. I hope it delivers. I'm excited, just like Max, to get rid of The Other Way. And I'm kind of with you guys on I could do without Big Ed. But we have a few more lives coming up today and some other stuff. So if you guys are around, I would love to have you guys call in.
Can you just put your email in the link or the description or someplace, or like, because I lost it?
Yeah.
City is tonight, and I have my questions.
All right. And Jason and I are going to be doing a pre-record for Salt Lake City. And then I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. with DJ Richie Sky to talk about Salt Lake City. And then Jason and I are going to be doing lives after that, because yesterday we sat there at dinner and he talked about the Mormon culture and everything that goes into that, the religion, for like an hour. And I was like, oh my God, Ablavi would be dying over this because it was so interesting. There's so much that goes into it. I didn't even know.
I would be so excited. I'm so excited to see that. By the way, when I entered the chat room, I by mistake, I didn't close the camera. So I don't know if someone saw my real face or not.
No, you didn't. No, it didn't come up.
Okay, thank God. Thank God. I don't want. I want to remain private. You know what I mean?
No. I promise. And thank you for telling me that now, because now if I ever do catch that, I'll make sure that I let you know before you pop up.
Thank you so much. I have to go now. It's nice to talk to you, ladies. Nice to see you, Adam. You're always glowing, always pretty. I have to go now.
Okay, bye, StatStar Podcast. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Ablavi, Andrea. I'll see you guys soon.
Okay.
All right, bye, guys. All right, guys, what an awesome show today for the army of the bottom feeders. Master BlackJack, thank you so much for letting us take over your channel. Guys, we had a special guest calling in today. I guess she didn't make it on, but hopefully we can steal her for next TLC Takeover. Maybe her and I can do the show together. And thank you again for our special guest today, Max, the Celeb Talk guy. If you guys haven't already checked him out, go check him out on YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.